All right, let's go live. Okay, who is gonna show up to the live? Let's see. Good morning, everybody. It is your homie here, your friend to the end, Lopez, also known as D-Lo or D-Lo the Vet Bro. Whichever way you want to call me, it's fine. Or Danny. Some people just call me Danny. I'm still getting used to that name, by the way. Granted, it's my given birth name, but after so many years of just being called Lopez or Chief, it it's a little weird being called Danny. So hope everybody's doing well out there. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's 11:31 here in San Antonio, Texas, and today, as you can see, I would like to know who you are voting for. And this is not to argue or to sling mud at each other or talk shit to each other. I mean, there can be some bickering, of course, back and forth. That's just Mando. But it's mainly what I really want to know who you are supporting and why. Um, and please have something better than a because fuck Trump or fuck Kamala. Um, there's got to be a little bit more in depth to that. Or if it's just that, it's just that, I guess. But why do you feel so strongly about fuck Trump or fuck Kamala? I already know that for the pro Trump side, the fuck Kamala is going to be because, well, the way she got her positions, you know, and everybody's going to say fuck Trump because he's racist. Okay, I'm tracking those. I guess in the meantime, while people, are waking up, because I know it's only 9 in the West Coast, it's noon in the East Coast, but here in the wonderful Texas time, it's 11:32. So I'm hoping I caught you at a good time where everybody is just, chilling and shit. And let's see here. I'm watching my fucking self on Facebook right now because I know that on my other Facebook, I can't see the comments. So whoever's viewing me right now, good morning. Come on in. Welcome to the live. And let's get it. Who are you? Where are you tapping from? And who are you planning on voting for? In the meantime, what I'll go ahead and I'll give you my position of who I'm supporting and to why. All right. So myself personally, I am a supporter of Donald Trump, mainly because I am central to the right type of voter. I The only viable candidate that is available is Trump, but I do like Trump. Believe it or not, I do like him. Do I like his the way he says things sometimes? Absolutely not. Do I agree with every single policy that he's come up with? Absolutely not. However, I agree more with what he says than what the left has in store. And with the way things are right now out in the world, we need, I believe, somebody who already has been in that position and can get together with the other foreign leaders to calm this shit down that's going on out there, man. And I don't believe that Kamala has achieved that. I do believe that Kamala was a DEI hire, as people like to say. She was affirmative actioned into that position. And the reason I say that is because He, as in Biden, said it himself that he was going to hire, or not hire, but he was going to run with a black female as a running mate. If that's not DEI, I don't know what is. I mean, he could have definitely gone Tulsi Gabbard-ish. I would have supported him then, if Biden would have done that. But he chose her specifically because she's part of the Clinton machine and because she is basically a puppet for the left. Trump, on the other hand, Trump is just hated by all. And I mean, that tells me something, that he has upset the powers that be. And again, though I may not like a lot of the things that he says and some of the things that he stands for, I do believe that he is the best option right now for our country. So I'd love for you all to tap in and let me know who you support and why. That's all. That's all I'm asking. Who do you support and why? So let it be known in the comments. I'll be waiting till I see some comments pop up. I'm just sitting here sipping on my coffee. You know what I'm saying? Just hanging out and hoping that I get some conversation going on in here. Again, I'm sure there's going to be some mudslinging. Try to keep that at a minimum. Let's hear really why you support who you support. Oh, Campos, I knew that you would jump in a heartbeat with RFK. I agree. RFK would be a wonderful pick. I was with you with him until, unfortunately they're doing everything within their powers to keep him out of the loop because he would cause damage to either the left or the right. And can you tell me why, Campos? Can you type in there why you support RFK, if you wouldn't mind? I'll tell you why I liked him. Because again, he disrupted the left. He's not a person that follows the lead of the powers that be, and I think that he just seems more sensible. And here's the thing about politics. One thing I've learned over the years is you're never going to agree 100% with the views or ideals of a certain party. However, you will agree more with one than the other. RFK was a Democrat, and you see what happens to those that go against the grain with the Democrat Party. They get shunned, and they get pretty much. I'm gonna bring up Tulsi again. All right, Tulsi, when she went against the grain, she was made to be called what was it they called her? Something idiot, a useful idiot. And they claimed that she was a Russian asset. And why would you say something like that about a fucking a service member, someone who served our country? Why would you say something like that? I mean, it's to me, it's ridiculous that people would do that. To say something like that regarding someone who served our country, is currently serving our country, and was involved in trying to make the country better in her point of view. I don't understand why. Well, I do understand. You're not late, big dog. You're not late, Roland. The topic today is who are you voting for, or who are you supporting, and why? That is today's convo. And I'm just gonna be on here for a bit. Just want to get the feel as to who people are voting for and why. And Campos said he is voting for RFK, and he is the closest to Ron Paul. Ron Paul, what's funny is people thought that Ron Paul was a kook, was a loon. And I'll be honest, I was one of those as well. But I mean, there was a reason that they made him out to look that way. And it's because he was looking out for our country. You know what I mean? He's our country is in a state of 911, as fucking Eminem said a while back ago. And it's because we've put ourselves there. We've allowed the government to just cause all this drama within us and continue separating us. We're playing right into their hands, yo. He's the only one talking about the Fed, the Federal Reserve. There you go. Um, how do you borrow money from your own self? I don't understand that. And it's just something that I completely don't understand to this point, to this date. But RFK Jr. would have been, if he was viable, I would say a perfect candidate for the left. I mean, but we never know now because they just bestowed the crown upon Kamala as if she was supposed to be guaranteed that position. I guess democracy left out with the Democrats when it came time to electing a new candidate. I mean, who knows? And it's funny because I believe that she didn't even receive one vote during their primary time, right? So, someone please explain to me why Kamala deserves the top part of the ticket. I mean, I get it. She's there already, but I just want to know why she deserved it. How does she earn it? Honestly, what has she done that qualifies her to be president? Um, I really wish to know what what their thoughts are as to why they are voting for their candidate. At least Vincent, thank you. I appreciate you letting me know why. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that y'all hit that heart button, that like button, whatever button you guys have access to. We are streaming right now on Facebook, on my personal Facebook, on the On the Gun Line podcast Facebook, as well as on the Gun Line YouTube page. Appreciate y'all tapping in. If y'all haven't done so yet and you are on the YouTube, do me a solid and hit that like, hit that subscribe if you're not subscribed yet, as well as comment. Let's have that conversation. Oh man, oh man. It's a trip, man. We're so focused right now in the division that we have within each other that we forget that there's other things happening out there in the world. And nobody is even talking about, for example, what's going on in Europe. In Europe, there's a big crisis going on with the immigration. There's been, I guess, protests and riots. I had a listener a listener out in the UK who was telling me or telling us here on the live that there's a lot of protests and riots going on regarding immigration, but we don't hear one word about it here in the States. Why is that? Is it because we have our own crisis here? More wars. Dude, 100% with you. I think that if Kamala jumps in there, she's going to be working for the military industrial complex, and we will find ourselves in another quote unquote conflict where we're going to go ahead and try to do some regime changing. And we all know that that does not work. Hence, look at Iraq, look at Afghanistan, wasted days and wasted nights. The two-party system doesn't work anymore. The people need more options. I agree with you. I mean, the two-party system, I don't think ever did work, because all we're doing is choosing the lesser of two evils, and it trips me out how all these people raise all these millions and millions and millions of dollars in order to become a president. And then when we try to raise money for, let's say, our homeless veterans out there, or those that need assistance with mental health, we can't seem to raise enough for them. But hey, we got to definitely put in power those who can benefit our causes, right? I don't understand. Those same people that are out there donating millions of dollars to all these presidencies or all these PACs, can y'all go ahead and donate some to some foundations that'll assist the hungry children in America, the homelessness in America, the the fucking the veteran crisis that we have out here? Can we do that? It's just crazy to me. Compare the three. Well, I mean, it's due to the electoral college, right? That we can only have a two-party system. Um, we can't obviously do a majority wins of the population, a vote like that, a popular vote. We can't, because if that was the case, there would be states in the middle of America that would not have any representation whatsoever. Everything will be voted for by simply the East Coast and the West Coast. And there's two different cultures alone between the East Coast and the West Coast. And the people who live in the Midwest who actually keep America afloat, the farmers, the workers in the steel shops and all that, people in middle America wouldn't have a voice because they would not be represented in government if we went specifically and strictly by the vote of the people. Now, you can do something about it. You don't have to just do it every 4 years and vote for a president. A president only presides. But in order to really make effective change within our country, we need to start from the ground. Start with your local elections, your councilmen, your congressmen, your state senators. That's where you need to begin. The president, at the end of the day, all he does is sit up there and yeah, he has certain powers and stuff like that. But a lot of things can't be done without those that sit in America's house. Whether it's your state representatives, or your congressmen, or your state senators, U.S. senators, whatever the fuck they are. So I'm just saying that would definitely be a place to begin. Yeah, I don't really understand how the electoral college works. Hey, you ain't the only one. All right. You're not the only one, Roland, that understands how that works. I know that I've had Campos on here a couple of times to break it down. And hey, Campos, are you busy right now? If you're not too busy, dog, let me know and I'll shoot you an email so you can come and join me here. And maybe you can break down how the electoral college works. Let me know. I'm just sitting here right now sipping on my coffee, and I just really want to know who, because it seems to me, I look at social media, right? I look at Facebook, and I see people literally at the point to they're so passionate about their candidate that they start insulting one another. You know what I mean? So I don't get it. I really don't get why people get to that point. There's no point in insulting each other, bro. All you're doing right there is letting your emotions. You're acting like females, like a bunch of fucking women, by letting your emotions hit those nerves, and then just get to you, dog. I mean, people could tell me fuck Trump all day. All right, cool, fuck Trump. What's that gonna say? What's that gonna do? Am I gonna get triggered by it? Am I gonna get butthurt over it? No. Why would I? You know what I mean? It makes no sense to me to get butthurt about somebody who I don't even know. You know what I mean? All I could do is tell you why I support him and why I don't support the other person. I mean, look at California where it's at right now. And don't get it twisted. I'm a Californian. I'm an Angelino, born and raised. I voted Democrat for the first couple of years of my life because I thought that's the way he had to be. And at the end of the day, realized that I lean more towards the conservative side, which I don't understand, especially for my raza out there, my Latinos out there, Hispanics, whatever you want to call yourselves, except for that other one with the stupid X at the end. How is it that you don't understand, or how is it you were brought up in a household where our values line up with the conservative values and the conservative system, but yet you fall for the okey doke every 4 fucking years? Is it because they keep promising and promising shit that is never gonna fucking come true? All they do is make false promises to us every fucking 4 years. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It's just I don't get it, y'all. I don't fucking get it. Just waiting to see if Campos is available to come on here. Because, like I said, I know Campos is my political fucking SME. You know, he is my subject matter expert when it comes to politics. Damn, I've been okay. So, what else we got here? Let me see if I could take that off. Let me go ahead and take. Let me rename myself. Edit name. Just Lopez or Dilo will do. Or just go with Dilo. Fuck it. There we go. All right. There we go. Dilo. That's all I can go by. So, anywho, the Electoral College, the way I understand it works, Roland, I'm going to give you my interpretation of it, which is probably wrong as fuck. But it works by every state has a certain amount of electoral votes based on the population that is there. And then based on that population, whoever wins the majority, whether it's the left or the right that wins the state, those electoral votes get tallied into the sum of all the votes, which is, I think you got to get a total of 270 to win. So, like, California has X amount of votes, Kansas has X amount of votes. So it's based on the population size and how many representatives you have. That's what my understanding of it is. But again, the reason it's like that is because if it was just a strict fucking popularity race, then New York and California would decide every single fucking election every year or every 4 years. So that's how my understanding is of it. So, Roland, if you don't mind me asking, who do you support and why? Again, and this is not it's not like I'm gonna stop, hanging out with y'all or listening to y'all, or it's just honestly a question that I have, and you don't have to answer if you don't want to, Roland. It's all gravy. I honestly, what I want to see is a supporter on the left, and I want to know why, because I know a lot of my cats here. You know what's funny is, I'll give you an example. Campos over here. He is a supporter of RFK, and he didn't go into saying because Trump's a racist or Kamala is a leg spreader. He went in there talking policies, and let me know what policies it is that y'all support. I do believe in stronger immigration, but I do believe that our immigration needs to be reformed, revamped, restructured. When it gets to the point that you have to sell all your land or, pretty much give up all your assets to come to the United States legally, and then not only that, you got to wait in line for years so that maybe the next 2 generations after you make it through. There's a problem there. There's a problem. So, anywho, 24 minutes and shout out to the 2 that are viewing. Who else is going to be tapping in? Come on, tap on in, y'all. Tap on in, tap on in. I want to welcome everybody here to on the Gun Line YouTube Live. Who are you voting for and why? That's all I want to know. Why? And again, it's not to clown. It's mainly I want to get a sense as to just curious, honestly. I'm just curious as to why people are supporting their candidate. And like I said, Campos, he's the one that mentioned, the Fed. He's mentioned being closer to Ron Paul, which I'm a big Ron Paul supporter. I was. And it's fucked up because they always made him look like he was a kook, like he was a fool. And that man, he served the U.S. Army, the U.S. military, and he had the interest of America on top of anything else. I don't know about y'all, but I'm sure that there's many of us that are sick of being the world police. I'm sure that there's many of us out there that have been overseas in defense of our country and don't want to waste the human life that comes with it again for a conflict or a war that has no outcome to it or that has no end state. I'm starting to think that what the US is doing with Ukraine is the same thing that happened during the Cold War against Russia, where it's just they want them to go ahead and spend all their money, all their assets on Ukraine. But unfortunately, right now, I mean, these fools, they're gonna keep throwing lives and upon more lives until one side decides to quit. Look, the only outcome that's going to happen in Ukraine, I believe, in my mind, is going to be a stalemate to where Russia is going to go ahead and keep up to where they're at right now, and Ukraine is going to say, "All right, cool, but y'all can't do this shit again," and they can't be part of NATO. They can't. Think about it as if you were Russia. Do you really want your quote unquote adversary or enemies that close to you? You know what I'm saying? At least they had a buffer with Ukraine, but now they're literally right at your door. That almost sounds like you're trying to fucking creep onto us the way that Russia's creeped onto Crimea. I'm just saying. You got to keep that buffer zone, y'all. Got to keep that buffer zone. So come on down. Let me know what you are doing, who you are voting for, who do you support? Ah, damn. I feel you. If anything, now, you know what? I'm talking with Campos right now offline. Campos, how about we plan for something for what's today, Tuesday? Let's do something tomorrow if you get an opportunity. Because tonight, did I just say opportunity? Because tonight's a little bit on the hectic side. So if we can knock out tomorrow, I'll get at you offline. All right, we'll talk offline, and that way, you can go ahead and help us out with what exactly is the fucking electoral college. Well, you know what? Maybe I will go live again tonight. Hey, Campos, tell me what time tonight, brother. Tell me what time tonight. Here, and we'll definitely, I think, make it happen. Because I think a lot of folks are confused as to how the electoral college works, myself included, who I've seen many of videos to it, and I still don't get it. I still don't get it. So again, the topic of today is who are you voting for and why? If you are supporting Kamala, why? If you are supporting Trump, why? Let me know in the comments who you are tapping in for. Let's see. There's Coops right there. Speak of the devil. Damn, why am I barely getting these right now? Holy shit. Hey, y'all, I don't know why all these barely came in right now, big dog. Coop says, yeah, okay. I understand how the culture works. Coop says, browsers millions, vote for none of the above. Brewster's millions, remember the film? Illusion of choice, Trump and Biden, etc., are puppets of the global elite. Good call out right there, Coops. You know, what's his name, dog? George Carlin. George Carlin said something to that extent that it is just an illusion that we're given to us that we have a choice. That is so true. My view of it right now is just a smoking gun for the government in case the people don't choose the right candidate. I'm like RFK. He doesn't fall into the games like attacking the other people, calling them names or anything like that. He attacks their ideas and actions. See, that's what I would love to see more of, though, Roland. I would love to see motherfuckers that actually talk about the policies, talk about what they stand on versus just slinging mud at each other. They spend our money, though. Yes, they freaking do. God damn, do they do. I don't work tonight, so I'll be there if you do. All right, bet. And everything about the Harris administration feels fucky. They are working in the shadows, so I'll probably vote Trump. I feel you on that. I feel you on that. Let's see. He said our rights aren't rights. They're privileges. If they were rights, the government couldn't take them. And then we got here Goat on Ganja. Doesn't RFK want to take away our guns? I don't know. If my homeboy Campos is on here, what is his 2A stance? What is RFK Jr.'s 2A stance? And as far as 2A goes, anything that has to do with the Second Amendment, the right to bear arms, anybody wanting to change any of that is out of their fucking minds. There's no reason that they should be coming after our weapons whatsoever. I like their whole argument of, well, what are you gonna do if are you gonna shoot soldiers if they come after you? If I have to, if I have to defend my household, I will. Hey, I'll keep it fucking real with y'all. I wear that uniform as well. And you know what? I guarantee there'll be a lot of soldiers that will be like, nah, we ain't doing that. We love our right to bear arms. So there are lawful and unlawful orders, and that would be an unlawful order to go take someone's gun, especially under the Second Amendment. He's been anti 2A in the past, but stance has changed, so I haven't heard lately. I got you on that, Goat. But also, as far as like going for the 2A, it's like to me, it's like all that fear mongering. You know what I'm saying? That you end up seeing on both sides or on all sides of candidacies. I don't think that people who believe that the world's going to end if Kamala becomes president, I think they're a little bit on the loony side. Now, do I believe that she will assist to pass laws that will be anti-constitutional? I do believe that. But remember, we also have to remember that there is a factor in play, which is the division of powers. She can't just fucking make an executive order to take our shit away. It actually would have to be fucking passed. None of my guns were purchased illegally, I would say, but maybe frowned upon. They're not traceable back to me. And you know what? They shouldn't be. They're your fucking weapons. If you have weapons in your house, that's your business. Nobody else's business. You know what I mean? And it's like, and here's my thing to those that are the gun control nuts. The folks that are affected by all these regulations and all these stupid freaking restrictions, it's not the criminals, yo. They're not the ones affected by all this. The ones affected are the legal gun owners. the ones that are not just legal gun owners, but the responsible gun owners. So for folks to not understand that no matter how many regulations, laws, or you put in place on the Second Amendment, it's not going to make any fucking difference because those people are going to continue to break the law and do what they're going to do. All right. Goat says if American soldiers turn force on the American people, they have failed to uphold their duty. They've been sworn to defend. So wouldn't that make them traitors? In that case, they're tyrants, not soldiers. 100%. Because the thing is, we are sworn to defend the Constitution of the United States of America against all enemies, foreign and domestic. All right. So that's all I'm going to say about that. Because I'm pretty sure my shit is probably getting delayed because, I'm speaking things that Facebook doesn't like to speak on and YouTube doesn't like being spoke upon. So, and it's cool, man. It's cool. What's going on? Cryptic Tactical. Yo, go check out Cryptic Tactical's YouTube page, y'all. Go check out his YouTube page, Cryptic Tactical. He has a lot of good content there. Shout out Cryptic. Love you, big dog. And you know what's funny? I'll tell you one thing. The right to bear arms shall not be infringed, right? However, unless you're a felon. Unless you're a felon, there goes that right. Now, I do get it that if you were convicted of a felony into which was a violent crime, domestic violence, that I get. And once you do your time, you get out. I don't know if your right to bear arms should be restored, but I will say, I'll say this. If your crime involved a weapon, then I think that you lose that right unless, I don't know. Y'all tell me what y'all think, man. What do y'all think shall not be infringed? Does it mean that only those who follow society's laws or rules and regulations and never made a mistake in their fucking life, that they should never have their right restored? I believe it should be. I swapped to YouTube because fuck Facebook and Mark Fuckberg. I appreciate that, and I understand that, Roland. The only reason I'm on Facebook is because I know there's people out there on my Facebook that don't know I have a YouTube. So Goonies never say die. Fucking Goonies, baby. Austin Dominguez, you lose your license for drinking and driving. But see, that's the difference between Austin, between drinking and driving. Well, first of all, driving is a privilege. Bearing arms is a right. So I think that there's a difference between a privilege and a right. The right to bear arms is different than the privilege to drive. So I think that the right to bear arms, he says, so yes, you lose your right to bear arms. I got you on that, but do you think that there should be some sort of way to restore that right? For example, again, let's say you're convicted of a felony for DUI. All right. But having a felony doesn't allow you to carry a weapon. Can you not restore your right to bear arms? I just think that there should be a little bit more leniency towards some people who would be responsible gun owners. And not only that, I mean, I think that you should be able to defend your fucking household with more than just a fucking slingshot and a knife. I'm just saying. Cryptid said, Goat on Ganja, sick profile picture. Can't wait for the Tucker Carlson documentary on assassination attempt. The preview looks sick. Oh, there's going to be a documentary. All right, right on. I put I'm not addicted to marijuana. Oh, exactly. I think you can and should. Right on. And see, I agree with you. Um, we got to remember that we all make mistakes at one time or another. We all trip and fall and we all fuck up. It doesn't mean that we can't bounce back. And again, it's a right. It's a fucking it's our God-given right to bear arms, to hold weapons, to keep weapons. And I don't think there should be any type of fucking limit onto what type of weapon you can have. Now don't get it twisted. If you're trying to get a motherfucking 50 cal Ma Deuce type, I may want to know why. I mean, it's not like you're gonna go get a fucking howitzer and put it outside. You know what I'm saying? Hey, shout out to Crypto Tactical. He said, "Hit the like button. Hit the like button." I would appreciate if you're all on YouTube watching me. Hit that like button. If you're on Facebook, hit that heart button or like button, whatever button it is. Let's keep growing, man. Let's keep growing. And again, so the question still stands: who do y'all plan to vote for and why? Who do you plan to vote for and why? Who do you plan to vote for and why? Again, I don't know. Yeah, I doubt you need a fucking tank. I feel you, dog. I feel you. Not yet, at least. Not yet. You can own a cannon if you register with the ATF. Rote purchase. You know what's funny? Going back to the whole felon carrying a weapon thing. Check this out. Y'all want to hear a fucked up story? I'm gonna tell y'all a fucked up story. All right. Get this. I'm gonna put myself out there for a bit. Shit, hold on, y'all. I'm getting a text right now. Please don't tell me you want lunch. Okay, so I'm gonna tell y'all a story as to why I think it's fucked up that felons can't carry a weapon. Trump 2024, libertarian capitalism and global peace, and the wars, peace through strength. Amen. So in 1997, I caught a felony. All right, 1997 for well, I plea bargained it down to felony grand theft. All right. The war kicked off in 03. It took me a year from 03 to 04 to actually get in because of that felony and a couple of tattoos that I had to take care of. But I was still allowed to serve in the Army, right? With a felony now, with a felony. And of course, supposedly when you're a felon, you can't carry a weapon, right? But guess what? They needed the bodies. And I said, let's roll. Let's roll with it. So I did my time in the Army. I would have been retiring this year, but unfortunately, I ended up being retired sooner. And of course, I come here to Texas because I was not going back to California, back to LA. I love LA, but I just couldn't go back there to live. So what ends up happening, y'all? Well, I live here in Texas and I want to go buy and purchase a weapon. Guess who can't buy or purchase a weapon because of a 1997 felony? This guy. However, the Army sure didn't give a fuck, or the federal government didn't give a fuck when I was carrying an M4, when I was firing a 105 millimeter M119er howitzer, when I was handling 155 millimeter projectiles to shoot out of a fucking Paladin. There was no worries about that. Oh, when we used to go to the range, they sure didn't have a problem with me fucking running ranges or being in lanes or teaching my soldiers how to shoot. No problem whatsoever there, right? But go figure. I came back out here to Texas and they said nope. So yeah, out fucking standing, huh? Out fucking standing. It'd be great to, let's see. I was 17 when I turned 18 in Baghdad. Couldn't buy a pistol until I got out, even though I qualified on an M9, used a M240 Bravo, and shot the M19. Thank you. Exactly, bro. I fired every fucking weapon in boot camp with I was a 240 gunner in 0506 when I was out in Baghdad. But hey, go fucking figure, right? Go fucking figure. At least a 9 mil. Bro, all I wanted was a shotgun. That's all I wanted because I believe in keeping my home safe. You know what I mean? And I know a shotgun, the scariest sound anybody could hear in the middle of a night if they break into your house is going to be you pumping that shotgun. That will make anybody run the fucking other way, bro. And of course, I got it bird shot, slug. Just saying. So if I had one, I'm saying. So you've reached the limit of 8 custom. I don't give a fuck about all that. But yeah, man, out here in Texas, that's the way they did me. So it's a trip, right? It's a trip. So, hey, you're good enough to go serve your country overseas 3 times and carry all the weapons we need you to carry. But when it comes down to protecting your home, nah, you can't do that. Give me a second, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and get me another shot of coffee. All right, I am back. I just had to grab my coffee. I could still keep it over here so I don't have to keep getting up and down and shit. So let's see. Dominguez says, now the scariest sound is no sound. Give them no warning, sneak up on them. I mean, I guess you could do that as well. I mean, but I wouldn't mind giving them a chance. If you're gonna rob me, try to rob me the right way, dog. Come at me. I mean, I don't know. Honestly, I purposely moved to a different neighborhood so that my house wouldn't be broken into, as it was back where I grew up, and so far so good. But I do have certain mechanisms in place in order something like that does happen. You know what I mean? So, and anywho, the right to bear arms needs to be fucking kept and not taken away. Not like that idiot Beto O'Rourke talking about, yeah, I'm gonna come for your AK-47s. And can we make a distinction here, y'all? Can we make a distinction that can we all agree there's no such thing as a fucking assault rifle? There's not. There is no weapons of war. There's not. There's just weapons. All right? There's just simply weapons. Somebody change my mind on that. And if you are commenting and for some reason I'm not getting to you, it's because for some reason they're not coming through, and I don't like that. But what can I say? That's good old government tapping into their lives, making sure I'm not saying nothing terroristic, which I'm not. I'm just a fucking person who loves my country and fought for my country, damn near died for my country. So it is what it is, right? Austin Dominguez. Let's see. Gary Rowland. All right. I definitely need to get me one of those Stream Deck things so I could just be putting shit up here and just going boom and all that shit. No, I don't want to hide current comments. Why would I want to hide current comments? What the fuck just happened? What the fuck? All right. Why is it hiding the comments? Oh, okay. Now I see what's going on. Anywho, talk to me, y'all. What's cracking out there? Again, I am supporting Trump because unfortunately, that is the only viable option we have. If it was RFK versus Kamala, I would go with RFK 100%. I don't like the fact that Kamala is just a freaking, she's just a puppet. And like, you know what? Like Coop had said earlier, Coop's from the UK. Coop has said it earlier, man. They're just there to give us the illusion that we have choice. And it's funny because there was a stand-up by the name of George Carlin for those youngsters who said the very same thing, that they are just there to give us the illusion that we have choice. But at the end of the day, the left wing and the right wing are attached to the same bird, y'all, that's taking the shit all over us. Who are we thinking for president in 2028 and 2032? Look, I'll be honest with you. I'm going to keep, for my 2028 pick, I'm still going to go with Tulsi Gabbard. I'm going with Tulsi Gabbard I'm hoping that Trump wins. This is assuming Trump wins here in 2024. I'm hoping that he gives Tulsi a place in the cabinet, whether it's or in his administration, whether it's going to be the Secretary of Defense or the Secretary of State, something that will allow her to expand her reach and influence other countries and keep us out of these fucking wars that we have nothing to do with. That's what I would like to see. So for 2028, I would see her, and I would love to see her running with somebody like maybe Vivek Ramaswamy, because he's a businessman. So, and he's a civilian. I think that, let me ask you all this. Should military service be a prerequisite for the president of the United States? Should it be a prerequisite? I've heard arguments for both. I think it should. I really believe she should, or it should. So let's see. I love Tulsi, but she is Hindu, bro, and a woman of color. I'm not just sure certain important swing states are winnable for her and Vivek, unfortunately. I feel you on that. Unfortunately, we do live in a country where we are still divided by those lines. Black, white, Hindu, all that shit. And eventually one day, we won't be. Unfortunately, you are right about that. You are right. But I think as the generations keep, going away, the older generations and the newer generations step in, there will be a change of the guard. And we definitely, I think, we need Tulsi in there. I just want to say we need Tulsi in there. And what pisses me off, that would Tulsi have won the nomination for the Democrat candidacy, I guarantee you it would have been neck and neck between Trump and Tulsi during that 2016 election. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. Or was it 2020? Whichever one 2020 election was she was in, right? The 2020 election. I guarantee you, because the Democrats were basically gifted a woman of color, military service. She's been enlisted and she's an officer, so she has both sides of that coin. Bro, young, beautiful, but since she doesn't fucking fall in line with the Clinton machine, she probably would have been found Epstein later on in life. You know what I mean? It sucks, bro. It really, really sucks. But I do love Tulsi. Shout out Tulsi Gabbard. Shout out, ma'am. I hope to one day meet her, and and I believe she's out here in Texas. She just took over, actually, the 95th out there in Fort Sill, Oklahoma. So all my Cannon crew members, y'all know what's up. You know, she's going to have a love for field artillery now. Good night, y'all. But yeah, you are right that unfortunately we are in those states, or we are still in a country that's divided by race, which is unfortunate. It really is, you know. Which leads me back to the border. I want people to understand that when people talk about the border, we're not just talking about people coming from Central or South America or Mexico. We're talking about people that are coming from the Southeast Asia, Southwest Asia, the Middle East, fucking all over the world, China, coming to the U.S., and they're coming through the southern border because it's easier to get through. You know what I'm saying? So they make it seem like it's a racial thing, but it's not a racial thing. It's a fucking security risk. You can't just let people come in and, you know, because they're claiming fucking political asylum or refugee status. We don't know who are the gotaways. I mean, how easy would it be to just fucking send a mob of motherfuckers through one area of the border, distract them, and then send in your sleeper cell, for example, through another side? You know what I'm saying? But I mean, hey, what do I know? And that's basically why I'm on here too. You know, I talk a lot of shit, but I also want to hear other people's point of view. So what is y'all's point of view, y'all? I want to really hear it. Let me check the other account, see if there's any messages coming on there. What the fuck? All right, let's see. What else we got going on? What else is on y'all's mind, man? Let's open it up to you guys. What do y'all think? What is on your mind? What are your questions? What are your comments? What are your bitches, gripes, and complaints? Let's hear them, y'all. Bueller. All right, cool. Nobody in there? Bet. That's all I wanted to make sure of. Cool. All right, so back at it. What is on y'all's mind? What are we talking about right now? I want to hear what are your bitches? What are your gripes? What are your complaints? What is cracking out there, everybody? Talk to me. Who do you... Okay, so let's continue with the question of 2028. Who do we see as a favorite? Who do y'all see as a favorite for 2028? I honestly would love to see, again, Tulsi Gabbard at the top of the list for probably the R side because she's independent now. And I think that the Republicans should swoop her up quickly before she gets thrown on the same category, the same boat as RFK, where it's going to be non-viable. And the left right now, they're so far to the left that those tree-hugging motherfuckers don't even know what to do. What happened to the Democrat Party of JFK? You know, never have I heard so many people talk free this, free that, free healthcare, free childcare, free money all over the place, right? It's not free for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Who is it free for? Because that money's got to come from somewhere. So who's paying for all these free services? And that's what I want to know. They make all. How about this? How about making it possible so that you don't have to have a dual income household? That would be fucking awesome. Because unfortunately, the reason that we need childcare is because we need to have two parents working in order to sustain a fucking household that isn't going to be falling apart. How about we just bring it back down to where only one person in the family has to work, and of course, ideally, in my mind, it should be the father, the male figure of the house, working, and the mother raising the children. And of course, I know that's a very unpopular voice or an unpopular opinion, but hey, I mean, those are the roles that we go through. So, third world country, we found oil. USA, yes, yes, we did. Oh man, that's a 100% fact right there. That is 100% fact right there. Oh, what you found oil? Uh-oh, looks like it's time for to change the regime there. We don't like your leader. Shit. I honestly think maybe we can go back to just the standard of living being livable. All right. Look, everybody is tired of going to McDonald's and paying a fuck ton of money for food, right? For a number one, which is your Big Mac combo, costs like $7, $8 nowadays, right? What the fuck did everybody tell you was going to happen if you raised the minimum wage? What did they tell you was going to happen? At the end of the day, businesses are in the business of making money. They're not going to be losing money. And in order to maintain that $20 an hour fucking outlook, they got to raise the prices on things so that the bottom line doesn't lose money. You see what I'm saying? And if you're looking at McDonald's as a career to start at, I mean, come on, let's be real. A motherfucker that's shaking fries shouldn't be making a fucking $20 an hour. It shouldn't. All right? Because that's the same price that somebody making fries, somebody who just completed high school, went to college or college grad, and if he can't find a job in history, nobody told him to go get some kind of liberal arts fucking degree. But what I'm saying is $20 an hour to fucking shake fries shouldn't be the same as somebody who's out there doing construction or labor work. Just saying, it's just a little bit unfair. A milkman in the 50s used to be able to support a wife and family in a nice little house. Exactly, dog. Exactly. But I mean, the cost of living was so much cheaper down there, and also, yeah, they were getting paid breadcrumbs, but I mean, with those breadcrumbs, it stretched a long way. Nowadays, go shopping. Go shopping. If I go shopping just for the week, it's $150 easily done out the window. And that's for me, my wife, and 3 kids. $150. And again, that's just for the week, 5 days, Monday through Friday. That's usually how I go shopping, Monday through Friday. Each day I have a specific meal that I'm going to cook, or that I believe that I want to cook. And we're not talking about fucking filet mignon up in this bitch. We're talking about chicken and beef. That's it. You know what I'm saying? And if we're lucky and want to do a treat, then we'll go out and fucking go to a buffet or something. But before, it wasn't that expensive, y'all. And I think that Trump has a plan to bring the prices back down. Instead of like Kamala and the Democrats, how they want to give everybody free things, which it's not free. One more time, it's coming out of taxpayers' pockets. There's no such thing as free. All it's going to do is make the cost, your fucking dollar, not worth shit. That's all I'm saying. So, I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I'm waiting for my homeboy Campos to hit me up, and hopefully we'll be able to do a live stream later on tonight where we can discuss the Electoral College, because I'm pretty sure there's people out there like myself who would like some some kind of explanation, and I know that he is my subject matter expert when it comes down to it. So Cryptic Tactical said, I think credit ruined the economy and auto market. Credit cards are the most marketed thing to ever exist in the history of marketing. A credit caused them to build shitty cars. You need to switch. You know what, homie? I'll give you 100% credit on that. Credit cards, credit in itself is the most stupidest thing that we can judge people on. I'll tell you why. If you've ever been in the market to buy a home, you would think, you know what? I better close all my credit. I better pay off all my credit cards. I better pay off all my debt that I have, get rid of all the debt that I have so that I have good credit, right? Well, let me fucking give you some knowledge real quick that you can't get in college, like Gunners Collective says. Go check out Gunners Collective on YouTube. That motherfucker has some good content. Definitely something that you can learn from, and just very interesting conversations. But check this out. In order to have good credit, you have to have debt. I can't make that shit up, y'all. I paid off all my credit cards. I paid off all my shit in order to buy a fucking house. And the motherfucking lender said, why did you do that? You need to have debt in order to have credit. You know, it's fucking retarded to me. It's fucking, your credit score has nothing to do with how financially responsible you are, just how good you are at borrowing. Bro, it trips me out. You know, I've come to the point now where I don't buy anything with a credit card anymore. The only thing, if anything, I'll use a credit card for is gas, and that's just to keep the credit card revolving. Because honestly, paying 25, I don't know what the interest rates are. To me, there's something ridiculous. Every time I keep hearing it's like 19%, 20% interest. Why would I do that? Fuck that. All we're doing is putting ourselves in debt for shit that we really don't need. That's all I'm saying. In the 1950s, you'd pay cash or put 20% down and pay back your friendly neighborhood bank that you knew the owner. Well, you know, everything that was fucking organic to a neighborhood or to a community is all gone now. What happened to all the mom and pop stores? What happened to all the mom and pop shops? They're gone because, you know, Walmart came and fucking ate them up. You know, and you know what? Make America great again. And that right there is what they're talking about when they say make America great again, to bring back the economy to the way it was at one time. Not how, because everybody always says, oh, great for who? Dude, stop with the fucking stupid rhetoric like that. That makes absolutely no sense. They're not talking about, oh, you know, bring back enslavement, bring back fucking redlining. Nobody's talking about any of that. We're talking about bringing back the economy to a place where it was livable, survivable, where you could actually fucking have a job, a good family, and one of the parents stay home. Look, it's 2024. The wife wants to go to work, but one of the parents needs to stay home if you have children. All right. If you have children, one of the parents has to stay home. That way you're not paying out the motherfucking ass for childcare. Because honestly, the way childcare is right now, the prices on it, the other person is just working to pay the childcare. That's it. And I know that from experience. When I was in Fort Carson, Colorado, I had Emily and was it Sophia yet or just Emily? I think I had Sophia already by that time. So we had two kids. And Linda wanted to go to work, and I'm not going to stop her from working. You want to go to work? Go to work. Cool. We thought it would be extra income, start, you know, saving a little nest egg for when we get out. And unfortunately, what she was getting paid was just going to the cost of the fucking childcare that we had on post. So it was pointless. She was out there breaking her back, working at Sears, and for what? For peanuts to fucking pay the goddamn people that are watching the kids while she works. So we're like, nah, you know what? Just stay home. Just fucking stay home. Oh man. Jews are herded into camps in the 1940s, and my Jewish ass still says MAGA. Let's bring it back to then. Nothing to do with race relations back then. It's the economy, stupid. A fucking man. Amen. And did not know that you were Jewish. Shalom there, Cryptid. Shalom. It's a trip, man. And if anybody knows anything about money and the economy, we know it's them folk with the funny little hats. The cryptid people. I'm a shit talker, y'all know it. But anywho, I would love to see our country prosper, yo. If Kamala wins, which I hope she doesn't, I hope that we can work together as a government to better the system that we live in. I would love to see people actually working across the aisles in shaking hands and like, okay, it's going to be a tit for that tat type of deal. That's the way politics are supposed to work. I give you this, you give me that, not this and that's that. You know, it's supposed to be a back and forth compromise. And back to my comment as far as like what happened to the Democrat Party. Now the Democrat Party is, we'll give you everything for free. We'll give you this. We'll give you health care. We'll give you, what's going on, Kramer? We'll give you health care. We'll give you free housing. We'll give you all these free benefits. Whatever happened to the ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country? What happened to that Democrat Party? That's all I want to know. What happened to that Democrat Party that stood for stop begging and do your part for the country? That's all I want to know. Now, I wasn't alive back then, obviously. I know, I mean, I'm still young and sexy, but I'm 47. I was born during the presidency of Carter, grew up during the presidency of Reagan, and have lived through 2 Bushes and the Clinton in between them. If you know, you know. And then after that, we had Obama, and then we had Trump, and now we have I don't know who we have now. We have whoever's in power, but we know it's not motherfucking we know it's definitely not Biden. Where is Biden at anyway? Anybody seen Biden? Hey, shout out to those of y'all that are kicking it here with me, just listening to me ramble some dumb shit, man. Y'all are the real heroes. I'll tell y'all that. Y'all are the real heroes, yo. Oh man. It slowly faded out, and I believe it faded due to economical struggles. It did, brother. Our country itself is, I don't know. Our country has become a fucking reality show, and it's unfortunate to say that. And if it's going to be a reality show, we might as well have a person in there that knows how to run a reality show. You know what I mean? Let's be real. Our government are in it for themselves. Our government is about who's greasing up, who's fucking who's gears, who's putting fucking money in their pockets, who's lobbying for what. And it's really, really unfortunate that, like the alphabet, in our government, I comes before you. And that's fucking sad. Lyndon B. Johnson was the downfall of the Democrats. You can literally hear audio of him saying, if we pass this equal rights, oh, yeah. And yeah, the next 200 years, I think it was, right? Yep. He said it. And no, he was not talking about these nice people. He was talking about those if you've seen South Park, naggers. If y'all seen South Park, you know. It's a trip, y'all. It's a fucking trip. And also like the racial division that we have with amongst each other, it's very saddening. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you. I fell into that. I fell into that category a long time ago, where I believe that the white man is holding me down. It's the white man's fault that I'm in the situation I am. But I'll tell you what. How can you, and I'm a generalize here, all right? I'm a overgeneralize here. How is it that people can blame another race for themselves being in the same place that they find themselves generation after generation after generation after generation? Okay. Why do I say this? Why do I bring this up? My parents came here in, let's say, 70. Um, and they moved to Los Angeles. And we grew up in South Central Los Angeles. Not the greatest area, but I mean, it's what we could afford back then. Very rough area. Uh, it was a low income, working class families, but very, very low income. It wasn't the slums, but it was very gang riddled. However, within one generation, none of us live there anymore. I live here in San Antonio. My brothers all live in their own areas outside of there. So if we manage to do that within one generation, why is it that others find it difficult to move out of those neighborhoods that are keeping them in that way? Now, if you want to tell me, okay, why do I have to leave the ghetto? Why do I have to leave that area? You don't. You don't have to. You want to stay there by all means. But it's how you decide to conduct yourself. You know what I mean? It's how you conduct yourself in those neighborhoods. Again, I wouldn't want to raise my kids in the neighborhood I grew up in, not if it's the same way it was when I was growing up. Now I'm not saying that we didn't have a great childhood. We had a childhood for the 80s and 90s, what it was like that, what it was for, what it was in that era. But I mean, there was also a lot of influence towards negativity in the area I grew up in versus where I have my kids at now, where there isn't those influences. You know what I mean? So what I'm saying is it's possible to come out of adversity without pointing the fingers at other people holding you down. That's all I'm saying. Because my family was able to do it, and multiple families I know were able to do it. So I voted Obama twice and Trump twice. The Democrats have done this to themselves. They had me, and now I put them on a train and say bye bye. You know what's funny? And I like the way that you think, Cryptid. I like the way that you think because you don't hold yourself to just one political party. You know what I mean? I don't like categorizing myself that way either. I hate that we have to put ourselves in a fucking box. I will vote for who I think is better for the government, whether it's left or right. Again, when Tulsi was running for president, she had my vote. As a I would have voted Democrat right then and there. I would have voted Democrat because of Tulsi. But they showed their true colors when they fucking smearing the shit out of her. And even after Tulsi destroyed Kamala, I mean, she fucking destroyed her. They still selected her as a fucking DEI hire. And I will say it again. She was a DEI hire. Let's see. It could be due to people not liking change. You know what? I get you on people not liking change. However, change is inevitable. It's gonna have to happen sooner or later. Things have changed from when I was a kid growing up in the 80s and 90s to how kids are now. You know, I blame that on my generation, on Gen X. We are at fault for the generation of children that we have out there. You know why? Because a lot of the parents who were latchkey kids who didn't have that parental figure because they were out there trying to get their careers together and support the family. Because they were out there doing that, we grew up on our own out on the streets, or running amok, doing some shit that we shouldn't have been doing. And guess what? We overcorrected bigly, as fucking Trump would say. Bigly. All right. We overcorrected and became helicopter parents, and then that gave rise to this fucking everybody's a winner, everybody gets a trophy, and bam, there it is. We got what we have now, the Gen Zers. I thought millennials were bad, but whew. Millennials, y'all still good in some aspect. Kramer says influence also plays a big role on future generation. It does, bro. It really does. Influence, however I think that honestly, at least I can't speak on how it was for others growing up in different parts of the U.S. I can only speak of where I grew up. Where I grew up, it was a rough neighborhood. It was lower income, lower. I always say it was the upper lower class because I had both parents there. They both worked, and we had bedrooms and we had electricity and TV. We weren't starving, but it was just a rough neighborhood. I think Tucker Carlson and Tulsi Gabbard 2028. I don't want her at the bottom of the ticket, bro. That's the problem. I don't want her at the bottom of the ticket, and Tucker on the top of it. I don't know, brother. I don't know. Tucker's cool and all, but I don't know. Maybe I would say I would love to see a ticket with Tulsi on top, giggity, and maybe one of Trump's sons. Like maybe who's the smart one? Is it Donald Jr.? Is he the smart one? Because I know the other one's a little bit on the retard looking side. But I think that will be a good ticket as well. You know what I mean? One has the military and the political experience. The other one has the business experience. I think that would definitely be a very good candidacy or a very good ticket. But we don't know where the economy is going to be then. You know what I mean? We don't know. Hopefully, we're not in a fucking another world war by then. The whitest Christian dude you've ever seen and a Hindu woman of color. And they're probably the two smartest people in politics, and the messaging and policy would be chef's kiss. But the powers that be would not allow that to happen, huh? Being real, they probably would not allow that to happen. I think that a Tulsi Trump ticket would be good. Whether it's got to be one of the, or you know what? Throw Ivanka up in that bitch. She already has political experience now. But unfortunately, we do live in a world that is not ready for. You know who I liked? There was this one congresswoman out there in Baltimore. She was Republican as fuck. I would love to have seen her. I would love to see her like on a ticket. But unfortunately, a lot of black folks will call her a coon, or will call her all those nice stereotypical words that they like to use against each other when they're not eye to eye on their politics. So what else? Who else we got out there? Come on, show me some love. Show a brother some love. Like, share this fucking feed. Let's get some more people up in here. Let's talk politics. Let's talk politics. Ah, shit. I've been on already almost an hour and a half. You know what? We'll give it a few more minutes. We'll give it 5 more minutes, y'all. And I appreciate every single one of you that's been on here. You know, I know that people have been coming and going. No Diddy. And it's been cool hanging out with y'all, man. We'll probably start doing this probably every day. I'm gonna tap in with the timeline. See, like today we did 11:30. Maybe tomorrow I'll do 12 o'clock tomorrow, and then push forward from there. Tomorrow I actually have a lot of things I got to take care of. I forgot about shit. So I'm almost done with my coffee. When I finish my coffee, we'll finish the live. All right, fellas? That sounds like a plan. That sounds like a plan to me. All right, let's see what do we got here. Da 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 da. Kramer says, "Where's Hunt? I'm surprised he's not around today." Hunt's actually out doing some other things he's taking care of. He's doing some things with his homies. You know what I'm saying? Vision Air E. Only way any sane person can vote. Hunt is off doing comedy. I was saying Hunt is off doing comedy things. That's funny. Oh shit! Shout out to Vision Air E. I think I finally put the dot on who Vision Air E is. Oh man. But okay, so only one way any sane person can vote. And I'm gonna assume that, that's gonna be voting for good old Donnie T. And again, that's who I'm supporting, that's who I'm rolling with. And what's going on, big dog? Haven't seen you in a hot minute. Hope everything is well with you, homie. Oh man. It's I don't think that if for some reason Kamala wins, I don't think that she will destroy America in those 4 years. But I do think that voting for Kamala will lead to her influencing, or not influencing, but promoting a lot of our liberties to be lost. But political wise, I still have my hopes on Kennedy, and that's cool, Kramer. I mean, a shout out to those that are voting for Kennedy. It'd be great if they actually. I think there's like a threshold that needs to be met in order for the third party to actually become an influence and being able to be put on a fucking ticket. You know what I'm saying? So I would love to see more than just a left and a right. I would love to see a middle. Let's see. Voting for Kamala is voting for backdoor socialism. All right, cool. And that's what I want to hear. Like, I want to hear why people are feel that way. So, if you could explain a little bit more, Vision, as far as like why that would be backdoor socialism, I would love to hear more as to why. 8 years of someone who never received a single vote would be an actual existential crisis to democracy. The fact that she got, just boom, you got the nomination. To me, that's a slap in the face of every Democrat out there. Kennedy just made the threshold to be on the ballot in all 50 states. Right on. I would love to see him be a I would love to see him not split the vote per se, but I would actually love to see him be elected. I would love to see what would happen if RFK Jr. gets elected. I mean, it can't be no worse than the left and the right. You know what I'm saying? Vision says that Cryptic is 100% correct. He doesn't stand a chance, though. I know, dog. I know. And it's unfortunate that, our country is so just either hardline right or hardline left, We're voting for the type of government we want this time, fellas. Forget the candidates, libertarian, capitalism, or liberal socialism. Make your choice. America. I like the way you said that, bro. I like the way you said that. We're voting for the type of government we want this time. And that's 100% correct. But I think with all, at the end of the day, the president only presides, right? So you would have to go to your local level and vote for your congressmen, your senators, because they're the ones that actually make the laws. There's a division of powers for a reason. Cryptic got it. Facts. I know he doesn't either. It would just be nice to see a middle contender make the Dems and Republicans sweat some. And that's what I want people to fucking start realizing, that it's not the end all be all. I don't think, at least in my opinion, it's the end all be all of the world. I just think that some of these people need to be humbled a little bit. Again, I support Trump 100% behind him. I think that he's better for our country versus the other. The president doesn't matter. It's all about who they appoint. As the young generation says, that right there. And see, my biggest fear is the foreign policy. That's my biggest fear, is foreign policy. Because if we continue butting into or spending money out of our country, how are we ever going to lift ourselves up in our own country? That's my biggest thing. That is my biggest thing there. Like, can we worry and focus on the U.S. instead of Israel or Ukraine? I'm with you on that one, Vision. I'm with you on that one. But I don't think that it's going to be the end of the world if for some stupid reason, Kamala wins. You know what? While we're at it, let's talk about let's talk about VPs for a second. Vice presidents, right? Oh man. Let's see. And bring back normal generals and military leaders, the ones without leather dog masks. Yo, I remember seeing that shit, dog. You mean you don't enjoy the inflation that comes with sending all our loot overseas? Not at all, brother. Not at all. And, I really believe. Let me see. Hold on. Let's see. Unfortunately, you're wrong. If Kamala wins, somehow this country is done. It won't survive. I don't know, dog. I mean, I really don't know. That's what the same thing that the left was spewing, when Trump took over. That this country is over, and fucking he ended up doing good for our country up until COVID hit. COVID is what fucking ruined his fucking second term. We all know this, because Trump would have won that second term had it not been how COVID was handled. I'm just gonna be for real with that one. Hey, y'all, check this out. Throw an invite out there. Vision, if you want to jump on here with me, and I would really love to have you on here and open up the discussion to others, if you want. You know what I'm saying? Let me know, and I'll definitely shoot you an email with the link. Your economy can't survive. That's for real. Our economy is barely surviving as it is right now. What economy? You mean our debt? In the hood in Vegas, when everyone got them stimulus checks, it was like Mad Max. Oh, I bet. All right, no doubt, big dog, no doubt. I'm enjoying doing these lives now, because it's definitely getting a lot of engagement from everyone, and I just really want to have more people fucking provide their input. I'm still here in my chonies. Hey, are those chonies, do they say MAGA on them? That's what I want to know. We want to know, do they say MAGA? Yeah, hey, Roland, we are still live, baby. We are still live here. I decided to keep on going because, what am I going to do? I'm just going to sit down and do nothing. I'm really chilling at the house. So Hit that like button, y'all. Yeah, I appreciate that, man. For those that, and check this out. Make sure y'all go check out Cryptid Tactical. That's his YouTube page. Go support the homie. And give some love out there, man. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff that we do, because we're trying to grow the community, you know. So, hey, no doubt, big dog. I would really love to have you on here. And I am, for those that know, I am a supporter of freaking of Trump. I'm at the VA. I was listening to you while I was driving and missed my exit. Oh shit, my bad, Roland. It be like that sometimes, you know. Sometimes the conversation gets a little juicy, you know. So make sure you don't miss your appointment at the VA though. Those motherfuckers, you miss that appointment, you're gonna give them a reason for them not to send you your money that you've earned, you know. But back to Vision. I agree with you. Hell yeah, Cryptid got a new sub. That's what's up. Hey, check it out. I'll tell you this. I really believe that we need to stop sending our money overseas to a bunch of countries that really don't give two shits about us. Honestly. So I think that we need to focus on America. Call me an isolationist if you want. Fuck it. I don't care. Call me an isolationist if you want. But what happened the last 20 fucking years? 3 times I went overseas. 3 times. What did we get out of it? The last time I was there to help fucking. The last time I was there to help the fucking the Afghans with their field artillery and raise them so they could fucking defend themselves against, the Al Qaedas and the Taliban. And guess what happened? We trained them for shit, because as soon as we left, they gave up and ran away. So that alone right there is why I say fuck Biden. All right. And Kamala, you were there to second that fucking decision. So yeah, I hold you responsible as well. Fuck the rest of the world until we get our shit to. Exactly, bro. That's the way it should be. Bro. Unfortunately, we need to focus on ourselves, correct ourselves, fix ourselves before we collapse within ourselves. Remember, they found in the budget money for Pakistani gender studies and shit. You can't make this shit up. How about this? The U.S. Army, in all its infinite wisdom, spent $11 million on The Rock and UFL and ended up losing over 30 candidates that were enlisting. Great recruitment there. Great fucking recruitment. Instead, you could have used those $11 million into a better recruiting tactics or commercials. Or you know what? How about the mold that our soldiers are living in? How about that instead? Oh, boys, if you've not looked up how much money we're still sending to the Taliban, please do. Oh, man, why you got to go do that to me, bro? Don't make me go look up facts right now. And the leader of the Taliban married his daughter to the Osama bin Laden. Go figure. Of course. Exactly. But we got vets living on the streets. 100% I sent you something last week. I think you did. Roland, you sent me, but that was about the weed, right? Was that about the weed that you're talking about? Or bro, I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you, Roland. I see some of the YouTubes you send me. Sometimes I'm scared of opening them because I'm scared of that there might be hackers. Not gonna lie to you, 100%. So, folks, if y'all send me videos or stuff, links on YouTube, I'm not on YouTube, on fucking if you send me links onto my messenger, 9 times out of 10, I probably won't open them because I'm afraid of being hacked. I haven't been hacked so far, but I think a lot of it has to do because I don't click on links. So my bad. But okay, so let's see. The $11 million they gave Dwayne Johnson. Oh yeah, I saw that, dog. I did see that one. That the Army wants $6 million of it back. I would love to see. God damn it. Damn you, cryptid. Now you got me looking up fucking. Are we sending money? Is the U.S. sending money to Taliban? Oh, man. Let's see. In Baghdad, Saddam had a whole neighborhood with massive concrete apartment buildings for the Iraq-Iran war veterans. Bunch of dudes with missing limbs, looking happy as fuck to see us. We can't do that here. 279 million monthly. We're sending $279 million monthly. Are you serious right now? You're kidding me, right? Okay, now I gotta read some shit now. No, stop. God damn it. I'm trying every time that I try to look up something on fucking on these goddamn websites, they always end up showing me fucking allow ads and da 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 da. He didn't follow through in his end of the bargain about posting on his social media about the Army and recruiting. It was a total bust. Yeah, that was a waste of fucking money. $279 million monthly. God damn. If we're really sending 207. All right. U.S. has flown more than $2.9 billion in cash to Afghanistan since the Taliban seized power, diverting U.S. funds. Okay, this thing that I'm reading here is from back in March. So let's go ahead and read what this says. All right, let's go ahead and read what this says. Y'all done got me in the ball picture, as my old Smoke Norwood used to say. Y'all done brought me into the ball picture. Oh man, The Rock probably spent $6 million in performance enhancing drugs by now, and multiply that by 12. Holy fuck! I'd recommend the Sean Ryan Show episode with the Commander Ahmad Massoud of the Afghan Resistance. Bro, Sean Ryan Show, SRS. Shout out Sean Ryan. That motherfucker gets down. I like his shows. Currently, I was watching the one regarding I think they're performance enhancing drugs that some of the SEALs were taking. I got to look into the whole cover up that was behind it. But let's go ahead and share the screen. I got this, and it's the latest one is from March. So any money that we send to the Taliban is no bueno. So according to this, it's saying the United Nations has delivered more than $2.9 billion in cash to Afghanistan since the Taliban seized control, resulting in the flow of the U.S. funds to the extremist group, according to a recent government report. The UN deposits cash into a private Afghan bank and disperses funds to the agency's aid organizations and nonprofit humanitarian groups. But the money does not stop there, the report found. Some winds up in the Central Bank of Afghanistan, which is under the control of the Taliban. The group took over the country after the U.S. withdrawal in August of 2021. Shout out to fucking Biden for his stupid ass motherfucking withdrawal. Fuck you, Biden. And yes, for that, I am still a bit on the sour side. Oh, man. The report from the Special Inspector General for the Afghan Reconstruction provides the first detailed account of how U.S. cash falls into the control of the Taliban and adds to a growing body of evidence that contributions to the UN are not always reaching Afghans in need. It didn't specify how much U.S. funding has been channeled to the central bank. Most of the money is going in cash through the UN and is ultimately coming from the U.S. taxpayers, said John Spokio, the Inspector General. It's going to a terrorist group. The Taliban are a bunch of terrorists. Facts. UN officials do not deny that cash delivered to Afghanistan makes its way to the central bank, but they say there is no avoiding it since the Taliban control the country. Wow. Yo, you know what to trip? Check this shit out, y'all. When I was deployed back in 2005, 2006, we used to carry those bricks of fucking money to the Baghdad Central Bank, and it was fucking disgusting. Got to run, homie. Good talk. Send the invite next time you type politics. You know I'm always down. Hey, big dog. Whenever you have a chance, let me know, dog. I'm gonna go live tomorrow again around noon. Let me know if you want to jump on and we could discuss that shit. All right, big dog. So salute to you, Visionary, and Visionary. I just barely understood it. Visionary. I like it. I like it. Visionary. Orale. All right, big homie. You be easy out there. In Iraq, we would bring bags of money to the SOIs. Yep, I feel you. We go pick up bricks of cash at the buy-up for the city council. Exactly, dog. That's what we did too. We used to go to the buy-up and pick up. The airliners were full of fucking pallets of money. And then we had a specific convoy that we would be in the lead of, and then we would have their trucks in the middle, and then the rest of the convoy in between them and all the way to the rear, all the way to the central bank in Baghdad, right across the fucking river over on the east side. It would be popping like nobody would be in our way. Nobody. So, anywho, this is just gross, y'all, to know that this is happening, that we're spending money on the Taliban, providing them money. You know, now I got to do a word on the streets for this shit. So, you know what, y'all? I'm going to end it with this one. And I want to send a shout out to Cryptic Tactical for putting me hip to game on this. I'm going to do a word on the streets regarding this shit right here. So with that being said, y'all, I appreciate y'all being here in the live with me. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, comment, share, all that good shit. Let's keep growing our community here at the Gun Line. And that's all I got for y'all today, man. Thanks for being here with me as usual. And with that, I'll end it, man, with the sounds of the cannon. Stand by, fire. I'm out, fellas. Y'all have a good one.